Hello there, friends, and welcome back to the island of Muddle Through. We're gonna have a little bit of a more casual day today in our little tropical summer look here that you guys voted for in the community tab. Thank you so much for voting for our outfit for the dream address, which I'm gonna put that address on the screen right now in case you want to follow along while we take a look around the island at everything we've done inside of our 30 days in this 1.0 challenge. We've been playing, of course, with the cartridge only and none of the updates that were included for Animal Crossing. So version 1.0.0 is what we've used to create this little island. We're starting out in our little garden party that we created. We were able to get several of the flower recipes, including the mum cushion, the pansy table, the lily record player, and we did get the cosmos shower too, but that's elsewhere on the island. But we put a lot of pretty summer colored flowers up here. And I never did get that other white mum, so there's a white mum missing if you come in here. Yeah, we've got a pretty sunny day here to walk around, and we got some of the special clouds even, so those were included from the very beginning too. So we will be talking about some of the differences that we noticed as we played through the game. I'm gonna go this way first toward the neighborhoods so we can check that out. We've got Pearl walking around here, Dora's checking things out. Now, one of the goals that we had was to have 10 villagers that we liked, and we do have 10 villagers that we like. Let's just take a look at the map really quickly, and I'll bring up a picture of our original map too so that we can see what the difference is. So this is what it looks like now, and this is what it started out as. So yeah, a little bit of a difference there, huh? Okay, but yeah, we have Ozzy. He was one of our first three. Of course, Dora and Tabby. Those are the three that filled the plots that we get to place. Our two starters both ended up leaving. They were not on our likes list, so we let them go. But we have Jacques back here. He's our smug from the campsite. And then we found Bonbon. We found Pearl and Dottie and Murphy and June and Caroline. So we did end up with 3 peppy villagers on the island, which is kind of fun. They are a hoot, so it's always fun to have them. All right, so another one of our goals was to create 2 separate neighborhoods on the island, and each of those neighborhoods needed to have a community area, a shared space, and this is the shared space for our first little neighborhood. We kind of divided the island in half, a beachy half and a foresty half, because we felt like both of those things said summer. You know, summer you go hiking a lot, or for adventures out in the woods for sure. And then of course the beach is a given for summertime. So this is our beach neighborhood. We've got the little pool area with the music going. We were able to get a hula girl from Gulliver. And then over on this side we ended up with some table tennis and some foosball. I think one of the villagers gave me the foosball table. There was one in Nooks too afterward, but I think we got the first one from a villager. This we definitely got from Nooks. So we have seen quite a few items in Nooks. It does get very repetitive, and boy oh boy do you feel the difference between the variety of items between 1.0 and 2.0 for sure. But I think we did pretty good with putting together what we did. So Ozzy's walking around over here too. We do have a little bit of stuff down on the beach, not a whole lot. We finally got a beach towel after a while, so we've got a little sunbathing area here, I guess. Pearl's checking that out. We were able to get several of the star recipes from Celeste. I ran into her several times over our 30 days. And that was 30 real life days, because we were able to time travel during the challenge, and we did quite a bit of that, mostly to try to get items. And honestly, most of the time traveling happened probably in the last week, just trying to keep moving through days and get more items. But yeah, we were able to set up little yards for each of our villagers with things to kind of match their personality. This is June's house, and she's definitely a beachy girl. She's got the hibiscus in her hair, the little tropical dress. So we gave her some of the palm tree lamps that we were able to craft. We've got flamingos everywhere. Those showed up in the Nook shopping quite a bit. This is Tabby's house here. And we did use quite a bit of in-game pathing here. We tried to make our own custom codes, but not great at that, especially not in a hurry. So we did use a lot of in-game path. But this is Dora's yard here. She's got her little clothesline going on, some pink tulips, and a little place to sit and read and just enjoy her neighbors walking by. And then over here is our lazy villager, Ozzy. And we did make the seashell wreath to give to all of them. Now, we didn't get that from Isabel in this version. She did mention the summer shells, but she didn't give us a recipe. We ended up getting that from either a balloon, or I think it was a balloon. It might have been a message in a bottle, but I'm pretty sure it was a balloon. But yeah, we gave Ozzy a little swimming pool over here. And one of the differences we did discover with this version on just the cartridge is that we were not able to plant palm trees up in the sand path like you can in the updated versions of the game. So we had to limit ourselves to bamboo on the front half of the island here, and used all of the hardwood and other trees in the woodsy half. So this is our little riverside cookout area, another gathering place for the villagers. This isn't the official one, but we tried to make as many little gathering places for them as we could. So yeah, we set up a nice little barbecue here, a place to play some board games, some lanterns to light it up at night, which I think we are going to take a quick walk through at night after we finish the tour in the daylight here. So to go along with that, we added a little picnic blanket down here on the beach, so you can carry your whatever's on the grill there. You can carry yours down here to the picnic blanket and enjoy the ocean while you're down here. And we've got a few decorations on the rock here. We were really fortunate to get some of these seashell recipes that we did, so I was super happy that we were able to do that. Got a little lounge spot here with some sandals. We did put sandals and flip-flops in several areas on the island. And we did get the nice lifeguard chair with our Nook Miles there too. So yeah, this is neighborhood number 1. And so that is part of that goal. And our second neighborhood is back here across the river, which is guarded by a couple of our panda bears. We did end up with quite a few panda bears on the island, so you will see them dotted all over here and there. They're over here in the workout area. So this workout area, oh, hello Murphy. Hey, I was up in my attic the other day and thought of you when I found my hourglass. I got no need for such things, so you got extra room at your place? Sure. Go on and do whatever you want with it. Paint it purple and toss it in the sea for all I care. Alright, well, we might do the painting it purple part. Okay, so this is actually our little community gathering area for the second neighborhood. It ended up kind of small, I guess, because there are 6 villagers. Oh, Murphy's going to use it, though. Hey, there you go. There are 6 villagers in this neighborhood and 4 in the front one. So we have the basketball hoop and the exercise bikes and, of course, this little thing. Yeah. And then we crafted the barbell and the kettlebell down there and added that to the beach. We were trying to include the beaches as much as possible in our little areas. So we decorated this rock back here with some cypress. Since this is our woodsy area of the island, we wanted it to be a little more foresty feeling. So we didn't put any palm trees down here. We just put some rocks on the beach. Put the little... we actually put quite a bit of water down here by the water. We put this little outdoor bath in, and then we made a pond in the middle of our peninsula here. And a little fishing spot next to the ocean. Okay, so here's the first house in our woodsy neighborhood, and it's on 3 different levels. So this is Jacques' house. He's our smug villager, so we gave him a little spot to practice his acceptance speeches with or without an audience. So I haven't seen him out here giving a speech yet, but I did see Murphy sitting in the chair one time waiting, so it was super fun. We did the yards a little kind of different in this one. Instead of having them next to the house, we put them across the path from the house and gave each of them like a little 4x4 square. So it's the same size as their house plots. just across the little path from them. And then of course we go up to the second level. We have Bonbon's house, and she's got her little garden here. She's growing some cute little flowers, and the garden wagon. So when we first started, we weren't sure that we were going to be able to get all of the kinds of flowers. We did have a lot of fun with flowers on this island, actually. I did find that traveling through the months, we were able to find all of the types of flowers in the store eventually. But the funnest part of flowers here was being able to find our hybrid islands. When we went searching for villagers, we found 3 different hybrid islands along our journey, and 1 had pansies and 2 had hyacinth. And we brought a lot of flowers back from that, so that was super fun. To be able to go back and experience something that you can't experience anymore in the updated version of the game. So super fun for that. This is Dottie's little yard. We just gave her a little spot with some tea, and she's got her little teddy bear out here, and she's growing some roses. So cute little spot for her. I love the houses that we ended up with these villagers. Like, they are just perfect for this little woodsy area. And there's Murphy back there. We'll look at his house in a minute. This is Pearl's house, and we gave her just a little spot to sit with her coffee. Now she's right next to this path up, so she can kind of keep an eye on who's coming and going. And oh yeah, I did add this down here too. We'll get to what's down the hill in just a few minutes. We have Caroline's house over here, and we just gave her a nice little hammock and some pretend hibiscus bushes. This is the only bushes we have in the 1.0 version of the game, because leaf is not included, so we weren't able to get any shrubs or hedges or any other kind of bush. And the topiaries that you can buy with Nook Miles in the updated versions are obviously not available in this one. So this was the only bushes we had, and we used them. You can see Pearl's got some of those around her house too. So we just kind of filled in some trees around through here, a lot of flowers, try to make it look a little wild with the flowers. And then we've got Murphy's house here. He's the perfect woodsy little fellow because he's got his log cabin here, and we gave him a nice log sofa, and he can watch his little TV out here, and he's got a little pet cricket over here. So definitely even using the bugs as items here, as many things as we could. And this is one of our little custom codes that we kind of borrowed from Pinterest. Just looked at the picture and made our own version in some colors that worked for our stuff. So Murphy, he does get around the island, I'll tell you. I saw him in more places than anyone else. He always seems to be checking out the things that we build, which has been super fun. Alright, so third tier of the neighborhood is our house, and of course we put the purple pansies around our house. Now the purple pansies we got spawned off of the blue pansies that we got from the hybrid islands, so that was a nice surprise actually. I wasn't expecting that at all. And these pink hyacinth are also from one of the hybrid islands. And as you can see, we did also reach our goal of a 5-star island. We've got 4 of these around the island as far as I know. I brought 3 of them here, and then there's one growing over next to our lighthouse, which we'll get to. And here is our little yard spot. We've got a little spot to sit and have some tea, and we can kind of look down over what's happening down below, which is super fun. There's an orchard down there, which we'll take a look at in just a few minutes. Now next to our house we have our little bird watching area that we built, kind of made a little land bridge here and recessed our little bird watching area. We were lucky enough to come across the duck recipe, the decoy duck. So we've got a couple of actual birds down there that we can watch around their tiny little pond, and of course put the birdhouse and a few other things to make that a nice little woodsy spot to be. And that's leading to our museum, which will, let's see, I'm trying to think of the best way to go through here. I think we'll just keep going this direction. So over here, we've got a little star wishing area. We have a few wishing areas on the island, or at least a couple. But this is our star wishing area. You can come up here and just wait for those stars to fall in the nighttime and make your wishes. Of course, you can't do it sitting down, but we put some seats here in case you get tired of standing and wishing on the stars. And there's another one of our pandas there too. It was super fun. And we did get quite a few star showers, and Isabel did announce the star showers even in this 1.0 version. So, yeah. And we got our little T-Rex tucked in the woods over here. I went ahead and left those trees there. So the only stuff I moved, like, our 30 days was done with our 30 days. After I recorded episode 30, I did stay in here a little while yesterday and just move some stuff around. I did not build anything else, and I did not buy anything else. So everything that is here was here when we finished the episode on day 30. So these are our little dinosaur footprints that we put in. And of course, all our blue pansies from the hybrid island we put here around our museum, which looks a little different from your 2.0 museum. This is what the museum looked like before the art came into it. So yeah, super fun. So that's another thing that we didn't have on this island. We never had Red's boat, so we didn't have things coming in that way. We were very limited. I didn't realize like how many different ways you had to like get items. Like we have really been limited to nooks, any gifts that the villagers gave us, balloon items. I didn't realize like how many more places you could get items, because in 2.0 you can go over to Harv's Island and you have Sahara there and Leaf and, you know, Kix and everybody. So we've had to wait for them to come around and visit and buy kind of randomly, because you have to buy the rugs blind from Sahara when she comes and visits the island. So we didn't have Happy Home Paradise to go to. We didn't have Red's boat coming around. So some of the ways that you usually get more furniture in a 2.0 version, we were very limited on what we could get. So there's our lighthouse, and I don't know if we can get a good view of it. It kind of disappears a little. Maybe we need to go over to it. Yeah, there we go. And this will look especially cool at night too, because we've got the little oil lamp over here, and we were able to participate in one of the fishing tourneys and get some of the swag to decorate with, which was super good. We saw some of that, the fishing rods over at the peninsula in our little fishing spot there. And we decorated the secret beach with this mermaid dress that I got from a balloon and a couple of candles there. And then at the last day we got this seashell arch that we were able to add in, so that really made our little secret beach there, our little secret mermaid hideaway there. And of course we had dug out this deep canyon here to get over to the secret beach, so we had a way to get there. Just, I guess we really only decorated it on the lighthouse side, but you don't really see some of the rest of this anyway, so it's okay, we can get away with it. Alright, we threw a surfboard down here. We really kind of didn't have a ton of stuff to decorate the beach, and we probably could have done more, and we could have put some flowers up on the ledges here and everything, but we didn't want it to start looking too cluttered or like we were just throwing stuff down to throw stuff down, you know. So here are some of our original pansies. Pansies were our native island flower. So we've got a few of them still sitting over there. And yeah, just a few little decorations here and there on the beach. We did make some cool little colorful stones, like sea glass type designs to go on the beach. And of course, more bears, more panda bears. We've got this cute little kind of relax and read spot over here, and a nice gong. This was one of our last builds over here, just to fill up some space, but we got that gong recipe pretty late on too. So this is our super cool water feature that we built. It comes down to this little pond at the bottom. We've got waterfalls, 3 waterfalls going into one down here and into the big pool. And we were able to save several of the fossils to do some of our decorating too, which was we used quite a few fossils to decorate on this island. And then there's Stonehenge that we got from Gulliver. Gulliver showed up quite a lot too, actually. So I guess when you take out some of, like, because we didn't have Red coming, we didn't have Leaf coming, we didn't have, who else did we not have? We did have Label coming, but I never did talk to her. I didn't take the time to do that. But Kix and Label and Sahara, we had Flick and CJ coming, and Gulliver. So we ended up seeing Gulliver quite a bit actually, so we'll see several of his items around the island. Some of them not so usable. But we did get that hula girl, and we got the Stonehenge and a katana that's over here in our bamboo garden and some other things. But there is one area that I've been working on that I haven't been showing you guys. I don't know, I just thought it'd be fun to kind of surprise you with it. I always like to try to put an area on my island that is for like flower overflow, kind of just keep one of everything type of thing, so that in case you decide you want more, you have a place to go get started with it. So I put another one of these little ponds in here, right at the top of the stairs on this side. And then over here, I kind of created this cliff top garden that you can only get to by hopping. So yeah, we got some butterfly models in here. We've got some little path down, but yeah, kind of like one of every flower. And we did end up getting one black rose from some of the red ones that we had planted around. But there's, yeah, one of every flower that we've gotten on the island is here in this little garden area. And I did add some waterfalls and stuff. It goes down to the river right in front of the campsite, so we'll kind of get down and look at that in just a second. But I put this wild log bench here because it's just a nice little place to sit, and the view is so cute and cozy and colorful, and the flowers just swaying in the breeze. I love how this area turned out, and I could just like sit here, right? And just listen and watch the little flowers moving around. But yeah, it goes all the way back here. Let's see, we can jump across to this one. We've got our purple pansy. We've got all of these, and overlooks our little wishing well area, which is our second wishing area on the island, and that's why we have money trees all up in there. But yeah, you can walk all through here too and come out right over the campsite here, which Caroline's over there sitting in the flowers getting ready to do some fishing, looks like. But yeah, just try to make it a kind of a fun little place to explore back here. Just thought it'd be super fun and very colorful. Alright, so let's go back this way. And this, like I said, is our other little wishing spot, and there's a place to sit here too. We've got the wishing well and the little coin for wishing, and yeah, all the lucky stuff. And so that leads into this path right here, and we've got, you know, just this, like, this little thing, something to fill in a space there. And that, of course, leads back into the neighborhood. But if we leave the neighborhood and go down the stairs, which this was our 8th incline that we put in, our last incline. We did use all 8 inclines, but I think we only ended up with like 2 bridges on the whole island. So that was interesting. But there's another one of our panda bears through this stone arch here. And this is off of the bottom tier of the neighborhood, from this little exercise spot. So down here we have kind of just a little empty spot. So I had this lawnmower in the storage, so I pulled this out last night and kind of just, you know, threw some weeds around it, like somebody started to mow and just abandoned it because they had better, more fun things to do in the summertime than mow the grass. Alright, so we've got our little circular orchard over here that we built on one of our days, one of our 30 days. We did end up with apples, oranges, and cherries. So this was all the fruit that we were able to get without any online at all. So never got pears or peaches, unfortunately, which is really too bad because the villagers gave us quite a few peach and pear recipes. We could have made peach chairs and pear wardrobes and all those kind of things. So some fun stuff we missed out on because we just didn't have any way, without leaf selling or being able to visit other islands, didn't have any way to get the other 2 fruits, but that's okay. We've got our little gnome here guarding the money trees, and this is where we plant our daily little money tree that we find in the glowing spot. So we can harvest those every day. As you can see, we haven't found the glowing spot for today yet. Maybe we'll come across it in our tour here. Outside the orchard, we come back up to the right, and we have our little campsite here tucked in a little corner of the cliff here with sleeping bag and campfire included. And then if we cross over the bridge, this kind of takes us into our little bamboo garden. More panda bears. But we were able to make quite a few bamboo items too, and we have the katana here from Gulliver. Put down a little bit of our custom path and lots of bamboo, but yeah, just kind of a nice calm little space that our villagers can come and visit. Super good, and that is in the area right behind our little shopping area, which if we follow the path up here, we have Abel's on the right, and that leads right down to that beach area that we saw. So we've got a little changing room out here and our Abel's store with a fun little ride outside. Now this is one of the only plaza items that we were able to get. We had the teacup ride, but we don't have like the train or the little duck game or the Ferris wheel or any of those things. All those came with 2.0. So the teacup ride is about the only plaza item that we had. And we created this little coffee area in front of Abel's, little spot for the villagers to come grab a cup of coffee in the morning. And let's see, what did we put? We do kind of have some empty space here that we ended up with, but part of that is because this was one of the catch-alls for a bunch of our flowers when we were trying to find places for them on the island, so it never really got decorated because it was full of flowers all the time. Then over here we've got this nice little ocean watching spot, and then a little game that you can play. And we didn't really do too much with the beach over here. I threw this campfire down here last night. We got another panda bear, of course. We did end up with lots of those. And guys, guess what? Even in Nooks today, there's a Papa Panda for sale. So we did decorate up our little dock down here. We had a nice long dock and just threw a bunch of dock-like items down here. So even put a little blanket down where you can have a little picnic if you want. And then the area over this way was kind of a continuation of our little coffee shop. Ooh, we got a beach bottle today, but we don't get to find it. We don't get to use it. Let's find out what it is anyway, though. From Wirt Jr., some armor shoes. Yeah, nothing useful. That happened a lot, actually. But oh, one of the things that I was definitely missing in the 1.0 version was the food items. We didn't really end up with too many food items at all. Like this kind of stuff, the espresso machine, the coffee cup, the cream and sugar. That was about the extent of our food items in this game without the 2.0 updates and all the food recipes. The crops, we have no crops at all. So no fun food to put out in our builds. Alright, then over here in front of Nooks, we've got our little snack shop, our very colorful summer snack shop. We put the cotton candy in over here, we put the popcorn in. Somehow we got a mom's birthday cake, even though it wasn't our birthday. She sent us one. I don't know what that was about. We never went past when my birthday was, so I don't know how we ended up with that, but it was kind of a fun little thing to find in our mailbox that day. But yeah, we put in the little mixer, and we've got a pitcher over here and some places for villagers to sit. And we were also fortunate to get the soft serve lamps through Nooks, which, by the way, we are not able to customize, so that is another thing that I've really missed. We've not done as much color matching as we would have normally done because so many of the items we can't customize ourselves, and we don't have Cyrus at all because we don't have Harv's Collective. We do have Harv's Island over there, and Photopia is there, but... And you know what? I never took a picture of a villager over there to see if we would get a poster, but I can tell you, speaking of posters, that we did finish the fossil section of the museum, and we did not get a poster for finishing that, so that was apparently not included on the 1.0 cartridge either. So when we finished our build yesterday, this little colorful wheel was kind of over here in the space behind Nooks near this Papa Bear, but I moved it over here last night because this was our last little crossroads that didn't have anything in it, and I thought, well, that fits there, and the villagers are probably more likely to use it in that spot too, so I moved it over. Oh, there's a lost item. We're not going to pick it up. Alright, so we made some fun little builds around Nooks too. We added in the little telephone box and we put some vending machines and the candy machine over here on the right. A lot of those are Nook Miles items, so fortunately we were able to get them in the blues to match the roof over here. And we won't go into Nooks, like I said, there's a Papa Bear for sale in there today. I did not buy it. We have enough Papa Bears. And resident services is right. Oh, we're back to resident services. Did we see everything? No, we didn't. Right here behind resident services, we have another kind of community area with a little art class. You could do some clay, you can do some painting, or you can just sit over here and enjoy the model train, which was in Nooks one day. The autumn version for some reason, but we're still using it. Okay, well, did we see everything? I feel like we did. So I'm gonna switch over to nighttime so we can do a quick run through in the dark so you can see what it looks like at night. Oh, you guys, we have stars. No way. That's super awesome. Wait, let's get over here to our stargazing area. Our star wishing area. We gotta use it for what it's for. I just heard one. There we go. Oh, that's so fun. I'm so glad that showed up for us. Nice. We've got about a half moon there. But yeah, we're going to take a look at the island at night. And look, we've got Wisp here. We didn't actually play at night too much, so only saw Wisp one time, and we didn't include him in an episode. I think we just mentioned him. But there is our lighthouse looking really cool. Let's wish on that star and that star. Yeah, I love the lighthouse, especially like when you're coming up this way, you just start walking up and there's the lighthouse. Really cool. And when you get a little closer, we've got those little floral lights on the sides and the little oil lamp is lit up over there. So yeah, that's a pretty cool spot at nighttime. And we've got the light on in the museum over here, which is really cool. And I mean, it's pretty bright actually with the moonlight over here. I didn't put too many lights into the garden area over here, but let's see what we've got. We've got a lantern here at the wishing well. Didn't really go out of my way. Like I said, we didn't play at night too much. So some areas don't really have much in the way of consideration for that, but we did put these nice garden lanterns all around our orchard, which lights that up nicely. And Murphy's over here looking for some dropped bells, I think. Of course, you can see the campsite from across the river here, our little campfire over there burning. And we've got some nice lanterns here in the bamboo garden. We've got those lanterns, and then over on this side, oh, that thing glows too. Did I know that? Over on this side, we were able to make some of the little bamboo shoot lanterns too. So those are a nice soft glow for our nighttime too. Oh, and I never noticed that before. Like, look at the little glowing embers underneath the, it's kind of getting brighter and darker as it goes. That's pretty cool on the hearth there. So the teacup bride lights up. Let's just turn that on for a second, because get that stuck in your head. I've been leaving it off because that noise is kind of a lot. But yeah, we've got some lights over here in the coffee shop for the early morning risers to see and come get their coffee. Over here in this little area, we put some of the little bamboo candles, and that was one of the later recipes that we got too. That was one of our last few days additions there, those bamboo candles. And we've got some nice reading lanterns over here for anyone that decides to hang out there at night. Of course, we've got this little campfire on the beach. Oh, we get another beach bottle? Wait a minute, this is the same day. What's happening? Did we miss one yesterday? Oh, maybe in 1.0 you really did get one in the first half of the day and the second half. We already have the bamboo lunchbox recipe. In fact, there's one right there. Oh, I guess I didn't put any lights out here, and I do see that balloon, but we're ignoring it. Okay, so over here in our snack shop, the soft serve lamps obviously do light up, so that's fun over there. We've got some nice garden lanterns around our little garden party over here. Of course, resident services is nice and lit up, showing off our little flag over here next to the street lamp. And we've got the Statue of Liberty holding her torch up there. Tabby's got some nice lights for her singing situation there. And for this part, we've got the tiki torches glowing. We've got some floor lights in here. And of course the pool lights up too, which is really cool. Oh, that was another thing that we kind of mentioned in the series too, was that without being online and without having Cyrus, we only get one color option for these Nook Miles items. So like if you get the brick pool, that's the one you got. Same thing with like the soda machines and stuff. It's like we got the blue one, so it's blue. It's always gonna be blue. Oh, the palm tree lamps look so cool lit up over here too in the villagers' yards. That's a fun addition. I haven't even really walked the whole entire island at night either. So we've got some lanterns over here in the little riverside area. I guess it needs to be light enough to play. I almost wish it was a little darker though, so we can see those lights a little better. And then up here through the neighborhood, I don't think we have a lot of lights out, like just, oh, that's got a light on it. Just out in the forest here, except another show off. Another show off over here with their floor lights. Did we put any lanterns down through here? Any lights down through here? We didn't. So yeah, just dark in the forest over here. Oh, we got some more stars. And I don't think we put too many lights in around our own house here either, so no lights down in the bird watching area. Another thing I missed was that storage shed, because we had a lot of our items just piled up in front of resident services through most of the challenge until the last few days, just so that we didn't have to keep running inside our house for everything. Well, that, and we didn't have a ton of storage in our house either. Oh, speaking of our house, we need to go look inside the house, don't we? Yes, we did decorate inside the house. We didn't have finishing the house on our list of goals, but I did end up getting the basement last night as kind of the final act of our 30 days. But I'm not going to show it to you. You're going to have to check it out yourself in the dream address. All right, let's see here. So we ended up with this front room, which ended up pretty, I mean, it's pretty decorated. The rug is not the most matchy thing ever, but like I said, we kind of had to blind buy the rugs from Shire. I think the only things I added after we built this were maybe this magazine rack here. That might be all. I might have put that mom's thing up on top of the locker, but oh, and I think I put this cat in here. But I don't think I added too much after we did the build, really. Okay, we've got a very simple, very sparse little bedroom here, but we used all of the gray rattan that we got in here and threw in a mom's cushion and a couple wall decorations. So yeah, very minimalist bedroom there. We threw together a little bathroom over here on the left and used the beach floors that we got and the shell rugs, some of our crafting items. So we did end up with a little closet and a washer. We actually got quite a few items. I did add the bathtub, I think we ended up getting after the build. Oh, and we started out with a black toilet, and this one was in Nooks. Oh, that leads me to another difference here, you guys. I discovered this off screen when I was time traveling one day. Needed to hit some rocks and had apples in me, and guess what? In 1.0, nothing happens. You can't get rid of your apples that way. And over here on the right, we built ourselves a cute little blue kitchen, which turned out pretty nice also, I think. Yeah, kept it a little tropical with our pineapple tablecloth and our fish rug. And just kind of the color scheme says ocean. So yeah, that turned out pretty good. We did end up with quite a few little kitchen items, and we probably could have put more in here, but I think we did okay. And we did end up with our bronze house trophy, so not too bad. This is our upstairs room. This was the last one that we decorated, and we definitely had kind of less items by now. We did manage to kind of match the rug. I have to give it to us for what we had to work with. It matches pretty well. It matches pretty well. But yeah, made kind of a little sewing and relaxing room with some music and some books and just all the little sewing things. And yeah, like I said, you can check out the basement yourself. Prepare to be completely underwhelmed. Because again, we didn't have much left by this point. So I just put down there what I had to put down there. All right, friends. Well, that is the tour. That was our island, our little island of Muddle Through, put together in 30 days 1.0 island. Thank you all so much for joining me on this journey. It was a really lot of fun, and I'm so excited that so many of you enjoyed it too. I definitely appreciated all the comments and likes along the way. That meant a lot as I was making my way through my first 30-day challenge here on the channel, so definitely appreciated. And now I am going to go and update this game so that I can get a bed to save a dream address. Oh my goodness, I'm scared of what's going to happen to our museum, but hopefully it stays intact for you guys so you can check it out when you get to the dream. I will see you there. Have a beautiful day.